The Fantastic Four trailer takes a giant step on screen. All the news from Star Wars Celebration in Japan and the Sandman Season 2 trailer finally comes to us from the land of dreaming. All that and more coming up right after this. Welcome to Multiverse News, your source for information about all your favorite fictional universes. My name's Matthew Carroll, and with me on the panel today we have J. Scotty St. Clair. What's happening, buddy?
Oh, we had Star Wars Celebration last week, so... Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me them Star Wars. Don't let them go.
I love it. You gotta have lyrics.
SNL callback for you.
That's funny. There is that Gene Roddenberry wrote lyrics to the theme for Star Trek so that he got extra payment every time they played the theme. That's like so that the like whatever has lyrics that no one knows. It has lyrics but no one knows them. And Haley Hobbs, what's happening, Haley?
Hello. I've been in a Seinfeld mindset for no reason, so that was a Seinfeld reference.
Hello. I love it.
Chicken-ding. Boom, 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 boom.
And joining us once again, so happy to have her here from the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast and Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater, Ashley Coffin. What's going on, Ashley?
Hi. Oh, hi. Very happy to be back.
Yeah, happy to have you back, my friend. Thanks for jumping in.
Some chaos. Let's go.
Yes, always. What does it say about us that the four regular hosts around here are pretty calm? But like every guest we have is like, I'm here to cause chaos. Like that's always the take. It's like there's like 5 people that whenever they come on, I'm like, I'm here.
It's the lack of stress of when you're the guest, you're just like, what
That's
up?
true.
I'm just here for the ride.
I have my hand out like I have a fake button to buzz. My name. I just kind of remember the rules a little bit, so.
Just cause lots of terrible editing for me later. Just lots of slapping the microphone.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yep. All right, well, we have a 5-star review, as always. Thank you for sending those in, guys. We have a 5-star review from user 17 star, but they only gave us 5 stars, but they're 17 star. I feel like they're really shorting us on 12 stars here. They say, I'm here for the convo when you have different groups of friends for different talking points, work, sports, healing, entertainment. It's great, but when you need a bit more to stay in the pocket of fandoms, Multiverse News is the place to come. So stay classy and keep it nasty at the Pandaverse.
I really like his spelling of user also. Just want to point out the Y-U-Z-E-R. Very clever.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm,
It is good. It's real good. It's like you always see username whatever, but I like user. Yeah, nice. Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, user 17 star. And we're going to dive right into our first story. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
We got a lot of good news to cover tonight. All right, Marvel Studios skipped a countdown or other hype train idea and finally gave us the first full trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps last Wednesday. We're treated to a longer taste of Matt Shakman's take on Marvel's first family, as well as our first real look at Julia Garner's Silver Surfer, who heralds the film's big bad, Galactus. Let's not belabor the excitement. Which aspect of the trailer has upped the ante of anticipation?
Yeah, this trailer's been out for the better part of a week, so I do feel like, we missed the boat a little bit in terms of, jumping on the conversation. So thanks for that one, Kevin Feige. We appreciate you. But I like this trailer a lot, but I have to be honest, I didn't love it. I felt like there was just a little bit of something missing, like that extra oomph, like that one little reveal or something like that to push it over the edge for me. But that being said, I'd still really liked what I saw on display, and it wouldn't be the internet if there weren't people reacting. And the worst take that I've seen online are these side-by-side comparisons of Silver Surfer from 2007 with our Shia LaBeouf Silver Surfer and saying, why is the CGI getting worse? Come on, the resolution of the two images couldn't be more different. The lighting's different, and they're just going for something different. It looks like they're going for more of a like pewter kind of metallic surface there. So I want to see something different. they did a great job in 2007 as far as the depiction of the visuals of the character. But we've already seen Norrin Radd. Let's get a new version, new visuals. I'm here for it. The other part of the trailer that really stuck out to me is the kind of confirmation of what we've been suspecting in first steps, maybe alluding to the first child of Reed and Sue Storm and Franklin Richards there. And that's what kind of excites me the most about this movie at this point. I've kind of gone back and I've been reading Dan Slott's 2018 run for the Fantastic Four, and I've gotten really familiarized with who Franklin is and kind of his history with Galactus and how he kind of grapples with these godlike powers. So I guess I'll kind of backtrack on what I said earlier. I guess I was kind of wanting maybe some reveal around Franklin and maybe his powers, but maybe it's for the best that they save it for in the theater, or maybe one more trailer in the month or two that we have to go here. So good stuff.
I think that there's something about the trailer that feels imbalanced. Like both times I've watched it, that's the feeling I get. And it's not that I don't like it. I think it looks great. I just think that we've gotten a lot on certain characters leading up to this, which would be Sue and the Thing. And then Reed and Johnny are focused more on in this. And it's kind of like, I don't know these guys yet. So there's just kind of and again, I harken back to last week when we were talking about Marvel's marketing problems, and that they just don't seem to quite be hitting the nail on the head with all of their stuff. So anyway, it is great. I think it looks great. We've talked a lot about Matt Shakman and what he does with period pieces, and I still love that. But I think that there's some timey-wiminess about this trailer too that we don't know about, and I think that might be lending to that feeling of imbalance that I have when I watch it.
We talked about it a lot on the MCU cast, but I definitely think they're leaving stuff out. They want us to watch more of the trailers, I think, so maybe everybody will kind of have their own little trailer. Like, that'll be a Reed one. Because now we saw him stretch, and everyone was like, oh! I was like, that looked a little...
Yeah, it was a little suspect, the stretchiness. Not that it was bad, it just, like, looks like still early days on it to me. Like, it looks like they're not done. And it looks like all of the other Marvel sort of like CGI battles, which just they lose me a little bit. So I think the CGI was a little bit of a problem in this trailer, but mostly I agree. Like you said, Ashley, we talked about this like a lot on Monday on the MCU cast. So it's funny. I didn't think about us covering this again when we had you on today.
That's why I was like, I'll take a step back. Let's go.
Yeah, we did this. But yeah, my biggest takeaway was similar to Jay Scotty. I thought the trailer didn't bring enough new to me. Maybe because I already had assumed the pregnancy and with the first steps and all of that stuff. If I didn't know that, I think I would have had a different experience. The biggest thing I took away, though, and I said this on the MCU cast, was I really liked the characterization of Johnny that we really haven't gotten before now.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit of him sort of picking on Reed and being like, whatever he says, you're going to be a great father. Just kidding. You're completely out of your depth. That sort of like charismatic bullying that he's doing is very similar to his character as Eddie Munson on Stranger Things. And I thought that was a really like drawing that connection between what he did there and what he could do here, and be sort of like we have quippy, funny guys, but we don't really have. Tony Stark is one of the best, like, kind of bullies we have, who like makes jokes at people's expense, and we don't have a lot of that in the MCU. And I think maybe Johnny could be that sort of like, friendly, mean guy. And I think that really works really well for that actor so far. So that excited me.
I can't remember how close in conjunction these comments from Matt Shakman were to the trailer, but they were pretty close. He did come out and kind of confirm that this universe that we're seeing is not going to have other heroes. So I know months back I kind of postulated, what if we get to see a comics accurate 1960s version of the Iron Man suit and what have you. And it is a case of like, I'm not letting my expectations necessarily impact what's being delivered. But again, I think it's a byproduct of me reading the comics, and that's something that's really stuck out to me. What's so unique about the Fantastic Four is this family is like, they are such a strong unit and family. And I understand that the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs to establish them, but that's also one of the great things, seeing She-Hulk come in and be a temporary member, getting Moon Knight to even like pop in and stuff like that. So, maybe again, I'm hopeful that they're keeping things secret and misleading us and lying to us. Hopefully.
Yeah, I didn't hear that yet, and I'm glad they're telling us, because I'd rather, even if it's true, I'd rather them lie to us. And if it's not true, we need to have lower our expectations a little bit, because I love that idea of having just random heroes, even if it's not ones we know. Just other heroes from the Marvel Pantheon existing in this world would be cool. All right, well, let's move on to our next story. Over the last weekend, Lucasfilm held Star Wars Celebration in Japan. Celebration typically takes place over every 1 or 2 years. The next event will be held in Los Angeles in April 2027. As far as the news from this year's event, let's break it down into bite-sized chunks. Shawn Levy's Star Wars film starring Ryan Gosling will be called Star Wars Starfighter and will be out in May 2027. The film takes place a couple of years after the Rise of Skywalker, but is a standalone project. A Darth Maul animated series starring Sam Witwer called Maul Shadow Lord will debut on Disney Plus in 2026. The first footage from The Mandalorian and Grogu was shown to attendees, but no trailer has been released yet for the 2026 film from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. The animated anthology series Star Wars Visions will return for a 3rd season this October, with 3 of the most popular storylines from Season 1's continuing. Dave Filoni talked about Ahsoka Season 2, confirming Hayden Christensen will return, and showed first looks at Rory McCann as the replacement for Ray Stevenson in the role of Baylan Skoll. Whew. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's always a lot, a Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
I would like to thank Lucasfilm for not releasing a trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu when we would not have had time to cover it. So thank you for that little gift that you gave us. I do appreciate it. I will focus on the 2 things I'm most excited for from this slew of information, which is, of course, Ahsoka Season 2. We talked on Source Pages, which are episodes out right now, about the Mortis arc a lot from the Clone Wars television show, and how much that's going to inspire a lot of what happens in Ahsoka Season 2, which is why it's exciting to get Hayden Christensen back. It's why it's great that they're continuing the Baylan Skoll character, who is obviously extremely pivotal to the show. And we're going to get into that mystic Star Wars that is really, really fun to explore if you like that kind of thing. I know it's not everybody's, force of choice in Star Wars, but I just can't wait for Ahsoka Season 2 plus Loth Kittens, which is adorable. And then the Maul series. I love the resurrection of Maul as a character in the Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels is some of the best character work done in Star Wars, and Sam Witwer voices him. He also does a voice that will be probably used in Ahsoka Season 2. And I really am excited to see more of his story, like him training an apprentice after he goes through a lot in the Clone Wars, like having spider legs, and then he has this brother that's created, and then he's killed, and it's just a whole thing, right? And then he's a crime lord. Like, he goes on a roller coaster, so I'm really looking forward to that next year. So there's just a lot to love, and I'll let other people pick out their favorite things.
Daddy Goose in space, let's go. That's all I gotta say.
Daddy Goose.
I'm definitely excited to learn more about Star Wars Starfighter, but I do have to mention that there was a Star Wars Starfighter video game that came out, I want to say 2003. I have distinct memories of having sleepovers with my middle school friend, playing Star Wars Starfighter. But yeah, I think Ryan Gosling, we've talked about it a lot here. He's a very capable lead, and I just hope that this is finally the vehicle for him to kind of get to that next echelon. I feel like Ken in Barbie was the first step, and then he followed it up with the Fall Guy, and I continue to just be personally upset about how poorly that performed. But Starfighter could be it, so I'm excited to learn more about that one. But the big one for me is not just Star Wars Visions Volume 3, but the Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi. Ever since we got Star Wars Visions Volume 1, The Ninth Jedi was a standout episode. The story, the animation, the characters. So the fact that they are finally continuing that story, when it comes to fandoms, a lot of times I'm like, creatives, do your thing, take some feedback from the fandom, but when they're being petulant and starting like campaigns about like hashtag not my this, not my that, or, you know, resurrect this or release the whatever cut. I usually don't really, you know, participate or entertain it, but this is one of the best cases of it. Everybody rallied and said we want more of the Ninth Jedi, and it is finally here. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Awesome. I think the one that excites me most is also the Maul. Maul, what is it? Shadow Lord? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I agree. The Maul story was really intriguing, and I know everyone hated it's another one of those things where I know everyone hated the Solo movie, but I was so pumped by how it ended. Okay, I know not everyone. I didn't hate it. I think there was a lot of it that I understand was unnecessary, and people felt that way. I even felt that way, even as liking the movie. There's a lot of it that's like, I didn't need to know how that started, that kind of thing. You know, it's that old. I still love this. Yeah, the name is like, yeah, it was completely unnecessary. It's a world full of people with weird names, and you're like, oh, we need to know why his name is his name. Like, no, that's and it's just overwrought. Anyway, that has been covered in a million places, but like, one of the things I loved most about that movie was the ending of Maul being ready to do whatever he's ready to do, and I've been wanting to see like what he's been doing all this time, and it just really excites me to know, you know, that's not going to be that is happening after the Clone Wars, so that'll be not too far from that time period, right?
Yeah, I believe it's supposed to be between Clone Wars and Rebels.
And I'm just trying to think of when Solo actually falls, which it wouldn't be too far. It's in that.
Yeah, it's in that
sometime in between 4 and 6, or sorry, 3 and 4. Yeah. I think so. It would be in that same time period. So that's cool. I'd love to see more of him as like this shadow bad guy. That's just awesome. I have nothing to say about the Mandalorian Grogu because they didn't give us much.
I do. I'm so excited for that above everything because I feel like I started this Mandalorian journey. I've covered every season on some podcast somewhere, whether it was this one or with Matthew Fox, and I love every character, and I can't wait to see like a big IMAX production with Bo-Katan and Ahsoka and everybody. Like, let's get them on the big screen. I'm very excited.
They're gonna fight too. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah. 100%. I just meant that like I don't have anything new to say because there's not new footage or they didn't share that with us.
I missed all of the leaked footage because I was traveling all weekend on source pages. Brian was like, "Did you guys see this?" I was like, "No." I didn't see anything.
Excited. When is that supposed to come out?
Mando and Grogu is next year.
Next year?
May, I think.
Okay.
They should probably I don't know, why does Disney always do that? That was what they did with Solo. It's like, don't release 2 of your movies in the same month.
Wait, did you say May of next year?
Isn't that
like when Doom comes out?
Yeah, that's when Doom comes out for sure.
Oh my god.
So we'll see.
That was the problem with Solo. It came out like the same month that Infinity War and Deadpool 2 came out. So it didn't stand a chance. Yeah.
Oof, that's absolutely terrible. Oh, we hadn't mentioned Has anyone seen this picture of Rory McCann as Baylan Skoll?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I did see it.
I looked up for it on the internet. I'm bad at the internet, so I found a bunch of pictures, and I have such face blindness that like I saw pictures that said it was Rory McCann, and I was like, "Is it?" They look like the same person. I'm just saying, like, as a guy with face blindness, they look so similar to me. All the pictures I kept looking at different images. I was like, wait, is that the right one or is this the one of Ray Stevenson? I can't tell. So
I feel like the look is easy. It's the voice that he's going to have to nail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it'll be the same, but I think it'll still be good.
Close enough.
Rory McCann in Game of Thrones had a very similar bad guy with a heart thing going, and I really think he'll pull it off here.
Yeah. He has a very specific voice, though, so I'll be interested to see what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, for sure.
He's Yarp in, what is it? What is the Simon Pegg movies? The one where they're like in the town.
Yeah, he's in Hot Fuzz.
He's like
right?
Yarp.
Are you thinking of End of
Hot Fuzz? No, it's Hot Fuzz.
Oh, it is Hot Fuzz. Okay, yeah, he was in both.
Yeah, a lot of people are in both those. That's cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really hopeful, at least from a visual perspective. I'm sold on the new Baylan Skoll. I will miss Ray Stevenson, of course, but I'm sold. They may just trick me. I may never notice. If they lock the voice in, I may never notice. I think it's kind of funny. Like I think like maybe Dumbledore is the one I think of where like they swapped out actors and again like matched the look really well and like I barely noticed.
But Grindelwald.
Grindelwald?
Oh no,
Dumbledore. The first Dumbledore passed away, and then
the first Dumbledore passed away.
My bad.
Richard Harris,
R.I.P. Yeah.
I know they definitely changed Grindelwald, but that was like they dramatically changed the actor, right?
Yeah, he doesn't look like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they go totally. But yeah, like Dumbledore, they did it where they changed the actor and kept the look. And normally you try to differentiate if you're going to go ahead and change the actor. It's just interesting. With this, they're not going to do that. Okay. Well, anybody else have any other Star Wars thoughts?
There were some video games announced. I think there was one called like Zero Force or something like that. That looks like maybe like an XCOM style. It's kind of cool.
Wow.
That's cool. I love that kind of stuff. Neat. All right. Well, I guess let's move on to the next story. Netflix released the first trailer for the second and final season of The Sandman. The trailer showed us more of the family of cosmic beings who are coming together after Morpheus, the King of Dreams, has been rebuilding his kingdom. The show will release 6 episodes on July 3rd and the final wave on July 24th. Mr. Sandman, we have been dreaming of this second season, haven't we?
Oh, yes, we have, because we are not sure that we were going to get it because somebody got himself in some big trouble. Rightfully so, all of his projects were kind of put on hold. I am just very thankful that we're going to get some kind of end to this. If you like the show, just go read the comics because it's so expansive and there's so many interesting stories that we're not going to be able to get to here. I'm just glad that we got to see it at all. With such production, like Netflix was dropping the money for this. It is a stunningly beautiful show. I think everybody does a really good job. And, it's sad that this is going to be the last season, but I'm just glad that we got it at all. And Haley and I will be covering it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much Sandman content because there's like the 6 regular volumes and then there's some tie-in stuff like Brian and I did Dead Boy Detectives over on Source Pages when that show came out. That's tie-in material. Like, there's just a lot. So, we're getting what we're getting. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit because some people have to ruin things, but it is nice to not just leave it hanging where it was, and we're going to see more of the endless siblings. I think we're going to see all of them, so
all of them.
They're going all in on it, and I think it'll be exciting. I have to decide if I can rewatch season 1 because there are parts of it that are so dark that I'm like, I don't know.
I just can't watch the animated episode. That's
I
the only one.
remember that.
Very sad. Oh, the cats. Trigger warning,
I like
everybody,
cats.
for the animated episode of Sandman. Jesus Christ.
I like the cats.
Very sad.
It looks dark, and I have listened to the audio drama that Audible did about the Sandman, and like watching this trailer, I was like, do I have any memory of this audio drama? And I realized I think it was like the first volume, and this is the second, but it just like, I was like, man, I do not know anything about this character or these people at all. I need to like rewatch all of this. It was, or I need to re-listen to that. Yeah, it looks cool though. Looks cool. I haven't seen the first season, so the first season's good.
Very good.
If not triggering.
Oh, well, I mean it's dark.
Depends.
There's some dark stuff talking about. They go to a cereal convention and it's full of serial killers, not cereal that you eat. And it, when everyone's like, "Wait a minute," dark stuff.
Yikes!
There's a diner episode that is some of the best TV I've ever seen. Really, I do. I loved it.
I hated it worse than the Audible drama.
That was crazy.
I remember that episode or that part in the audio drama. Yeah,
it's gnarlier in the audio drama than it is in the show.
Okay. Oof. All right. Well, those are our feature stories this week. We got a great lightning round coming after the break. We're returning to the worlds of Clueless and Highlander, not together. 2 separate projects.
I'd almost prefer that to be honest.
Oh yeah. If what's her character's
the only one?
What's the Clueless character's name? Like get her
Cher.
with the sword. Cher.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So Claire.
It's close. It's close. Get
Cher
Cher with
Dion.
Cher cutting heads off. Yeah, that'd be good. All right.
Paul Rudd still hasn't aged.
It's true. He could just still be the same.
He is the Highlander.
Oh my god!
Did you see?
Oh my god! We figured it out.
It was there the whole time. This is not a new crossover. This was always a crossover.
Have you all seen the commercial he did? He did a commercial like in 1991 for the Super Nintendo, and now they recreated that for the Switch too.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
Looks
It's
great.
so good. It's so good. All right. So like I said, returning to the worlds of Clueless and The Highlander, Jordan Peele's new movie starring Marlon Wayans, Lost showrunners join the world of Star Wars, and there's a new important, seemingly way too late coming rule for the Oscars, plus so much more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Multiverse News. Hey guys, we got a Patreon.
Where are we?
What?
I thought you were going to say, where are we? Like, Multiverse News? Like, oh, that was a lot of air. Where are we?
Where are we? Where did I go? I blacked out. No, we have a Patreon, everybody. Go check it out. Patreon.com/multiverse newscast. We work really hard to bring this show to you, to bring you your news every week, and make it quick and a good way to consume it and make it fun and give you some commentary. So if you like what we do, it's $4 a month. Go over to patreon.com/multiverse newscast, and that's where you can support the cast. Thank you. And you get a sticker, and you get other things. You get some special episodes and things like that.
Access to this live stream once it gets taken down from YouTube.
That's right. So check it out. Please do. And we like to shout out one of our patrons every week here on the show. So thanks to the Billy Goat, this week's patron. I hope you enjoyed the sticker. Hope it was tasty.
If you haven't gotten your sticker, send me your address.
Yes.
And your real name, unless that is your real name.
I mean, you can just ship to the Billy Goat. It'll be fine. It'll get there.
It's probably not too far away from Jay.
In the holler.
He's somewhere in the holler, yeah. Where the Billy Goats listen to podcasts. They've evolved to podcast listeners there.
Oh, we didn't talk about Jay. Jay is ill, so everybody wish Jay get better.
Yeah, for sure.
Get better, Jay.
Sounds like COVID's going around again, so take care of
Really?
yourselves.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
The damn vid.
Actually, can we go home again for like 2 months? That was so awful. I'm not gonna lie. It's awful.
It was both awful and a weird vacation.
Like I'll probably never get like a break like that in my lifetime. I'm just glad I got it. Trust fund kid. That's what that felt like. I was like, oh, I get that check every week.
Yep.
I know it's awful, but
yeah. All right. Well, you guys, we got a Harry Potter this week. Man, my brain is rough today, everybody. We have a Spotify poll that's Harry Potter themed this week, and it is the Harry Potter series something that will be must-watch TV for you? We got 12% say they don't enjoy Harry Potter. 40% said maybe not. I guess maybe they're waiting on that final casting of the children. They have some real children they're pulling for. I don't know. And then the last one is Potterheads Unite. Got 48%. So the plurality goes to the Potterheads uniting.
Where's just no? 1% no.
I think you're the 12%.
It is no, but I like Harry Potter. I don't need to watch whatever this is coming.
Yeah.
It's just been so. It hasn't been that long. I don't know.
I mean, it's been what, 2001?
I don't know.
Well, since the final film, I think it was like 2011.
Yeah, I was thinking of when the first one dropped, but yeah, like
it's been longer than you want it to be, basically.
Yeah. Circling back to that old conversation, I wish I didn't bring it up.
Nobody
doesn't
hears
feel
old.
as long when you live in dog years. But
yeah.
No, I mean, go ahead, have a good time, you guys. Do it all over again. Good luck finding a Harry Potter that looks like Daniel Radcliffe's Harry Potter. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Somebody
Did they
pull
pick
that
one?
off. They not yet.
Casted? I just saw it was like John Lithgow is Dumbledore or something, right?
Yeah, John Lithgow Dumbledore. Nick Frost is
Hagrid.
Hagrid. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah, it's such a good
Papa
Hagrid.
as Snape.
Yeah.
Did they just get? Oh no, they could just get Ralph Fiennes to be Voldemort again.
I don't think we have our Voldemort yet.
No, not yet.
I don't think so.
But does Voldemort
in that too?
Maybe Voldemort appears in the first one, right?
On Quirrell's head, yes.
Yeah. I didn't remember if the flashbacks to yeah, we do have a Quirrell. I didn't remember if the flashbacks to the parents and everything was in the first one or not.
We don't see him though.
Okay.
Or at least that they've never portrayed it that way.
Yeah, the first time you get a young Voldemort is in the form of Tom Riddle, and that's in Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
And then he looks like Nosferatu at that one point with his little legs.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's reborn. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Well, we got it seems like half the audience is into it, and about half is on the fence. So, I think we'll probably be covering a lot more Harry Potter news here on the cast, and we'll probably end up covering it on Always Watching. Somebody will, surely.
I decline.
All right, well, let's get into our lightning round. Lightning round is where I'm going to read a story, and we're going to claim that story by shouting out our name, and that person gets to respond to the story. And once per lightning round, you get to do a rebuttal. And so if there's a story you missed the boat on, but you just can't not comment on. We got Alicia Silverstone is attached to reprise her role as Cher Horowitz in the Clueless sequel series at Peacock that is currently in early development.
Scotty, you thought there was a dead horse that Hollywood wasn't going to beat? As if.
Oh, my goodness.
Very nice. As if. What do you guys... Yeah, okay.
I have no thoughts on this. Good for you, Alicia. Cut the check and take it off. Whatever. Get everybody back and make me feel older. Sure.
All right, let's see. Warner Brothers' Ryan Coogler film Sinners took the #1 spot at the domestic box office from a Minecraft movie this weekend, pulling in $45.6 million. The film is the first rated R horror movie to earn an A cinema score in 35 years.
Ashley, everybody go see Sinners. Honestly, people have been giving them a little bit of gripe about the box office numbers because it has to make a certain amount back. So go see it. Blow it out of the water. I want this to be this movie deserves everything it has coming to it. It was amazing. And I can't stress enough how much everyone should go see it.
Got my tickets for tomorrow. I'm pumped.
Nice. I got a rebuttal on this one. Best film of 2025 I've seen thus far. Just every level. And it's a true genre bender. So I recommend it to anybody that has even like fleeting levels of interest. Go check this thing out. But to your point, Ash, I say my favorite, but I got a kick out of Ben Stiller on Twitter. Variety put out this article that was like, 40 mil or 60 million when it was on, this budget. He's like, in what world do we say that an independent film from a studio doing these numbers is a bad thing? It's
yes.
I love that
Stiller
clap back.
For president.
He's the best right now.
He's the best.
Can I ask you guys who've seen it, how horrific does it get? Is it really scary?
Earns its R rating.
It's a very adult movie. Let's put it that way. Very adult. Okay. Adult themes.
Right, but not too scary. That's what I'm asking, like scariness.
Don't... I gotta...
It's hard to...
What do you think, Jay Scotty?
I would say it this way. I never felt like terror, but there is frightening imagery on display. There's violence and there's gore, all worthy of the R rating. But I was never scared.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering if it's like just really horrific or if it's really
if vampires are your trigger, not for you. But if you're cool with vampires, then it's fine.
He's all better now.
My fiance does not like scary movies, but I've been hearing such good things. I want her to go with me, but I don't know if I'm just putting her through torture.
I think she can handle it. And if she can't, I'm sorry.
It's all good. A reboot film of Highlander, directed by Chad Stahelski and starring Henry Cavill, has been in development for nearly a decade at Lionsgate. Now the project is moving forward, but it will be headed to Amazon MGM Studios United Artists, which is in final negotiations to acquire the package from Lionsgate.
Ashley, I really should be here tonight. All of these, good luck, beat me. I have all of my name is coming for all of these. Highlander is one of my favorite movies of all time. Nice. Haley recently watched it. I was like, girl, you just have to do it. You have to accept it. We just watched it again this weekend because I just really like watching it. And every time you're like, the story doesn't make sense, but who cares? It's also awesome. I don't think this is awesome. And I have nothing against the reboot or Henry Cavill, I want to see him run around in a kilt just as much as everybody else. But in a chance to actually make this movie and have a Scots, instead of a French-Danish guy, be the Scotsman, and maybe have a Spaniard. Like, if it's a reboot, be a Spanish, from Spain, and not the Scotsman in the movie. There's a lot that goes on in the first Highlander. If it's a whole different storytelling and he's not Connor McLeod, cool. I'm totally on board. But if he's Connor McLeod, I'm just a little sad that they didn't get, a real Scottish actor to play it.
Gotcha. Rebuttal, because I remember saying the exact same thing when we first talked about Henry Cavill being cast. I was like, I get why in 19 whatever, like, we didn't do this, but well, actually, I don't get it, but it doesn't matter. Like, why aren't we doing that? No. Anyway, so yeah, maybe it's like a reimagining. Maybe it's in the future, and there's a new crop of Highlanders, and everybody's a hot mess.
Back and forth in the first one too. You remember?
I know, we're gonna miss Clancy Brown being crazy.
Oh, bring him back. Who cares?
Best part of the movie.
All right, the first trailer for Jordan Peele's latest horror film, Him, has been released. The film stars Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers and will be released in theaters September 19th.
Scotty, this was a really cool trailer. I love the way that it was shot. Like, initially I was like, ooh, this feels like a commercial, like a Nike commercial. You're seeing the sports training, and then it takes that turn where it's almost like Cronenberg levels of like horror and body horror on display there. So I really enjoyed it. I really liked the way it was shot. I'm not typically a sports guy, but I do like watching like football movies. So I think this is just really, really interesting. Taking like an underdog, like you want to see this guy succeed, but at what cost? And just the title Him, like, what does that mean? And I'm really interested because just a little anecdote, hip hop in Hollywood has had some, I think they addressed it in Late Night with the Devil. Like, do people, commune with other forces to get their talent or their chance? And I got vibes of that as well. Who is the him that we're subservient to get this talent power? So looks really good.
Totally.
Rebuttal. The same thing that you were kind of saying when I first was watching the trailer. The whole time I'm like, where is it? Where's the music going to change? Where is the drop? Because they hold it out for a good minute. That this is just, a Gatorade commercial. And then the music changes, and then the weird imagery comes, and stuff that doesn't belong in places is there in the background. I'm like, yes, Jordan Peele. He hasn't let me down yet. I can't wait to see what this is really going to be all about.
Yeah. Another rebuttal. I'm right there with you. I don't know what this movie's about. I can't tell. Knowing Jordan Peele, I do think that it will be like literal demons, likely. Like, there are demon stuff happening, for this guy to get his talent or something. But I could also see a world where this is just like a movie about what he's willing to sacrifice, because they definitely showcase kind of a concussion vibe, like when the two helmets smash together for the first time. Like, I couldn't tell if this is a movie about demonic, selling your soul, or if it's a movie about what concussions do to people and what people are willing to give up in that way. And that could all be just stuff going on in his head because of concussions. And and so it could be just a commentary on that. And in that way, it reminded me a ton of Substance. The sort of ideal of what are you willing to give up to be beautiful, to stay beautiful? What are you willing to be up to have that athletic body? It's this sort of and the vibe too, with like you said, the Gatorade commercial vibe reminded me of the Substance moments where you've got the whatever it's called, the jazzercise stuff going on or whatever. It was a very, that's what really, really reminded me of. So, and Jordan Peele is amazingly talented, and I'm excited to see him do something with that. Seems awesome.
Ken mentioned that thing that the football players get when they get hit too hard, and
CTE.
Yes,
CTE,
that's what he thinks it might be about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's likely. Yeah.
All right, Oscars voters will no longer be able to cast final ballots in categories in which they haven't seen all of the nominees. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced on Monday.
Haley, I should have made this a feature. This is my bad. I know we're the Oscars crew here, so this is so whack that it wasn't this way before now.
Why aren't I voting for the Oscars? Excuse me, I watch all the movies.
We are more qualified than these people at this point.
What do you mean that's not happening?
It is wild. And remember, like when we were covering that there was this rumor that people weren't voting for Ralph Fiennes for Best Actor because they're like, well, he already won one. Okay, Adrian Brody getting a second one for no reason. Whatever. This is crazy. What the heck? I will be interested if they really can make this like happen. Like if they can really do this check process with people. We'll see. But what in the actual hell?
You have to take a quiz right after.
Yeah. I see people faking this a little bit, maybe, but I do see maybe some of the smaller categories like animated films, stuff like that, that doesn't have as large of a cultural impact or whatever. Maybe they get a little more fair because people that actually care will be the only ones actually voting in those categories instead of just like filling in bubbles because you've heard of one or something, you know?
Oh my god, like a Scantron test from back
I lost
in the
a lot
day.
of points on the side movies this year, and we were like, did they even watch the movies? Like, it honestly felt like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it does make you question. I mean, I know some people on this show really enjoyed Anora, but I just never saw that as a Best Picture film. Like, I just never saw that winning that Oscar. Like, it just calls into question a lot of things. You're like, oh, geez. Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, coming off of last week where we got the announcement about them finally doing a stunt category as well, one of my takeaways is like the viewership of the ceremony must have been down, which is, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. They're like, okay, we have to make these changes and we have to make them now. So hopefully, you know, it garners some goodwill. They brought back Conan. So I thought he did a good enough job. If it is viewership impacted, I hope it doesn't cost him, you know, the gig, but I don't think it will. So
yeah. Lost showrunners Carlton Cuse and Nick Cuse are developing a Star Wars series for Disney Plus that is in the very early stages of development.
Cool.
Yeah. Are these guys brothers?
I'm assuming.
Or
I don't know. I honestly,
or do we know? Yeah.
I don't know.
Really are they the ones who do From? Because that's exciting then. Because I like that show.
I don't know. It's interesting because so many Lost creators were involved with Lost over the years that you always hear like from the creators of Lost that it's like different people.
Yeah, I'm like J.J. Abrams, and if it's anybody else, who do you mean?
Yeah, Damon Lindelof, Carlton Cuse, like they're all, you know. So I don't know which one these guys did.
Don't give them more than 2 seasons.
Yes, girl, preach.
Michael Bay and Sydney Sweeney are teaming up for a film adaptation of the Sega racing video game Outrun for Universal. Bay will direct and Sweeney will produce. The project is in very early stages of development. Matt, as soon as Michael Bay saw Sydney Sweeney, he was like, I've got to get her in front of a car. She is my new Megan Fox. She will
Come
stand
to my house
in front
and
of
wash my car, baby.
she will stand in front of an engine just like Megan Fox did for me for Transformers. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't even know this video game.
She did that Rolling Stones music video where she just spins around on the front of the hood of their car while they're driving it down the street for a while. It's nice. It's nice.
Interesting. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Elijah Wood have been cast to star in Searchlight's Ready or Not, Here I Come, the film from Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette is a follow-up to 2019's horror hit Ready or Not. Gellar and Wood will star alongside Samara Weaving, who reprises her role as Grace, and Catherine Newton.
Ashley, we have been covering this series, Haley and I and Bill, over on Bat. So we did Ready or Not, and then we did Annabelle, which is a lot of the same actor. Oh, yeah, Abigail, the vampire ballerina. And we even joked because right when we dropped our episode, they announced that they were going to do this movie, and I feel like we made the joke about what the title would be.
Yeah, we were like, what are they going to call it? No, we were like, surely it's Here I Come. Like, what else could it possibly be?
So, yeah, good cast. I'm excited. I like the first one, and we'll see what they have going in this next one.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of putting it all together, hearing that they did all three of these. Well, obviously these two films, but also Annabelle. I think these guys, Matt Bettinelli, Olpen, and Tyler Gillette, I think they're collectively known as Radio Silence. So if you hear people talking about Radio Silence and that duo, that's who it is.
Okay. The first trailer has been released for Season 8 of Rick and Morty. This new season will begin streaming on May 25th on Adult Swim.
Scotty, yeah, it was a Rick and Morty trailer. A lot of multiversal stuff happening. I am not caught up with Rick and Morty, but I think I'm like in the middle of Season 6. And at this point in the show, there have been some like major changes and removals and additions of characters and stuff like that. So I was able to glean that at least a couple of characters are still, a part of the proceedings. So I commend them. First of all, when Justin Roiland got the axe, they found new voice actors and they plowed forward and made it work. And it seems like they're continuing to do so. So I'll get caught up eventually. May 25th is when that comes out. So if you're a big fan, get ready to get swifty.
Another Enola Holmes film is officially in the works at Netflix, the third in the series. Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill will both return to star. Production is now underway in the UK.
Has anybody watched more than 15 minutes, which is what I've watched of the first one?
I have not, but my niece loves them.
I think they're for a certain, great age group, you know what I mean? I like Sherlock Holmes stuff, so I thought, I love this, and Henry Cavill's in it. But it just wasn't really for me. It didn't do anything for me. I gave it 15-ish minutes, and I was like, nah, I don't know. But I do know that people really like it, and we know that Millie Bobby Brown will make anything. So here you go.
Gorgeous costuming.
Number 3.
Oh, that was good.
Sorry, Millie. It's true. It's shade, but it's true.
Is Henry Cavill Sherlock?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, cool. I just think it's funny how Henry Cavill just wants to play in every franchise. He just wants to have been every lead of every franchise, and I think it seems to be genuine from the heart. But yeah,
what's he got at this point? The Witcher, Voltron, Warhammer, Highlander. What else you got?
Superman.
Highlander,
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Random Sherlock connection that I meant to say during the Fantastic Four. Mark Gatiss is in the Fantastic Four movie, which I don't know if we knew. He's the guy talking on the screen. Anyway, he wrote the BBC Sherlock. Yeah.
Nice.
Love with Bumbernut Crinkle Fries.
Oh, Bumbernut Crinkle Fries is exceptionally good looking in that, even though he's pasty with that crinkle fro. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. He doesn't even look like the same person anymore.
No.
I was like, oh, you got a tan. It's very tan now.
All right. Sony has released the first trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, a film that will return to the famous horror franchise, which began in 1997. The film will hit theaters on July 18th.
Ashley, is Sarah Michelle Gellar having the best year ever or what? How many things is little Miss Sarah? She's in the new Dexter show. She was in something else that we read. Oh, Ready or Not. And now she's going to, well, wait, she can't be in this. She's dead. Never mind. Did you see the first one? I'm just saying, I know we're just having this 90s resurgence. And I was like, do we really need another I Know What You Did Last Summer? I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not going to do what Scream did. So good luck, honey. And I'll see you on VOD.
Yeah, well, also Buffy was announced to be returning with her. So, yeah, she is having a big year.
They're doing a Buffy.
Yeah, they're supposed to be doing a Buffy series that's set in the same universe. And who's the showrunner? Do you have it on offhand? I think it was
not Joss Whedon anymore.
No, but it is someone who's a big fan.
Chloe Zhao is the one who's attached to direct and produce.
Direct. That's it. Which that's just a big name director to come in and direct at least the first episode or so, the pilot. It seems like it's being done with a lot of love.
That's good.
She was apparently a big fan of the Buffy series and wants to bring it back and do it right. So that's cool. I dig that. Anyway, you're right. Sarah Michelle Gellar, big year. Andy Serkis is directing a star-studded animated adaptation of George Orwell's Animal Farm featuring voices from Seth Rogen, Glenn Close, Woody Harrelson, and more. Serkis will also join the cast as a voice actor.
Haley, It's always time for an Animal Farm reiteration, isn't it?
I hope all these parents bring these kids to this thinking it's like a kid movie.
Oh, I would hope not. I would hope the mass public knows that Animal Farm. If you don't, it's not a kid's book. It's about real life and it's bleak. It's interesting. Like, it almost seems like it could be, we were talking about Audible original with the Sandman. It almost seems like it could be something like that. They did George Orwell's 1984 on Audible original, but interesting choice that it's going to be animated. Like, what kind of animation? 2D, 3D? Like, I don't know. That's. Does that take away from the serious nature of it? I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, talking about taking away from the serious nature of it, I was going to say Seth Rogen has reprised the role of Pumbaa not once, but twice now. So could Pumbaa be one of the pigs of our animal
Pumbaa's going to be old general? Yeah,
it's
okay.
like a farce version of it.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is a strange idea, for sure.
Why not?
Seth Rogen's been in some more serious stuff lately a little bit, but he's definitely a weird choice for this. All right, well, that's our stories for this week, guys. Let's go around and tell the people where they can find you online. Ashley, let's start with you as our guest. What you got going on?
You can find me at Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater. Our next episode is Sinners. We just dropped The Ghost in the Darkness. And yeah, you can find me on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. We have Thunderbolts in a week and a half. So yeah, like, we'll see you there.
9 days?
That's crazy.
Or less?
That's crazy. I'm very excited. Very, very excited for that. And J. Scotty St. Clair.
We talked a lot about Star Wars, and if you stuck with us and did not start Andor Season 2, we appreciate you. But on the Always Watching feed, you're going to start seeing some coverage for that. And then while you're on the Always Watching feed, check out the Last of Us Season 2 coverage that's happening there.
Sweet. And Haley Hobbs.
Yes, Source Pages, we dropped our Andor primer, so we talked about Season 1 and the one-shot comic from 2017, and then we'll be doing our Thunderbolts primer next week on Sentry, Ashley and I's most anticipated character.
Oh, I'll be listening to that episode.
And then we'll be catching up on, reviewing the shows and stuff, so a lot going on. And they're doing Doctor Who, and that's coming when it comes, because everybody's busy.
Awesome. And you can check me out on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. We just talked about the new trailer ad nauseum over on the MCU cast and the new Fantastic Four trailer, and as well as covered all of Daredevil. And speaking of that, I am writing songs for Daredevil and doing one for every episode. So those are going to be dropping on the MCU cast as well as on our YouTube channel at Stranded Panda. And if you like what you're hearing there, support that project at strandedpanda.com/helpmatt. And you can give a little bit to the Indiegogo campaign and get a t-shirt or a CD or something. And that's all for this week's Multiverse News. Thank you for being here. Peace.
You stay classy, Multiverse.
Hey, thanks for listening to Multiverse News, or watching it, or whatever you're doing, eyeballs or ear holes, whichever thing. We do this show every week, and we appreciate you listening. Strandedpanda.com is where you can find all of our podcasts, and thank you for listening. Check us out wherever you get podcasts. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the little bell icon, whatever you have on whatever service you're doing. Rate us, like us. We're really thirsty. That's what I'm saying.